Greetings, dear Taurus. Welcome to Tifa's Tarot, and I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. And today we're going to go ahead and take a peek at your summer solstice or your summer read of 2026. So this is going to be dated when the summer solstice begins on June 20th and lasts really the entirety of the summer until around September 22nd when the autumn equinox falls upon us. And so the summer solstice happens in the Northern Hemisphere between the dates of June 20th to the 22nd. And it's the official transition that we have from spring to summertime. And it's, let's say, is really energetically a time where we're just experiencing more daylight. Our days are getting longer. We've got more light outside. And energetically, like what typically happens during the summer when you really think about it, is just a lot more time to be like more socially oriented and more in space and more in community with people. You know, if you just think about the kids are out for summer, there's pool parties, there's barbecues, there's family reunions, there's vacations. There's just a lot of time and a lot of energy put aside to really going out there and socializing and enjoying ourselves during these summer months, right? And so the summer solstice has been celebrated by many cultures across the world, and it's really been seen as a time for us to gather into communities and to honor these natural cycles of the earth. And it's really seen as a time of energetic abundance and a spiritual renewal, so to speak. Okay, and that's really like what it is a time for us to just kind of like be fancy free and to enjoy our right our sun-kissed season outside. And so I am using the Brotherhood of Light Egyptian Tarot to pull your messages. And I did purposely choose this deck because we do have the energy of the light. And during the summer, we have more light. And then also the Egyptian Tarot, the ancient Kemetic people or the ancient Egyptians were one of the many cultures that celebrated their new year during the summer solstice. So this is a very important and very whimsical and celebratory time of the year for us in the Northern Hemisphere, right? Let's go ahead and get this started. This is going to first set the intention that this is for the sign of Taurus. So we're going to do a summer solstice or summer themed reading for you. And so this is for the sign of Taurus. If you have Taurus and it is in your sun, your moon, or your rising, then it is my sincerest intention that this reading resonate with you in some capacity and that you're able to receive these messages and apply them to your own life, always and only for your highest good. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so our first question for Taurus, we are looking at where should you focus? Where should you focus your energy during these long days of summer? Where should Taurus focus their energy during these long days of summer? Where should Taurus focus their energy during these long days of summer? Okay. All right. So one of those cards did fly. I had to go retrieve it. The first energy that I got here, and I'm going to keep this in reverse. There's something here. The king, you've got the King of Swords in the reverse position. Okay. So typically, the King of Swords is a very strategic in nature. It's very highly intellectual. Okay. However, in the reverse position, this is someone who is like misusing their intellect. All right. This is someone who doesn't have compassion. This is someone who could be very manipulative or is using trying to use like logic in some way, but the logic that they're using is meant to like deceive or to manipulate. It's like misusing the authority. And I do feel that it's something to do with a romantic partnership here because we do have the lovers here. The lovers talks about, I mean, it's the lovers card. It talks about the union of people. It talks about the union of two people, but also talks about balance. And so what I'm seeing here, like this is not like intellectually balanced here. And then you've also got this star. So this is you. And this is, mind you, this is coming up in a position of where you need to focus your energy. So I don't know, there is something illogical about perhaps a partnership or a love life, and that This is like the star card is being very kind of pie in the sky, very hopeful, wanting a renewal. But it's like needing to, like wanting to have this. This is being very optimistic and wanting to have this in regards to a love relationship, like wanting to pour the hope, wanting to renew it in some way. But I don't feel that this is very adequate, so to speak, because there's something illogical about the nature of this. And it's asking you to really like focus your attention, because this is like the fact that this is a love reading is coming up as you're focusing your attention. I am seeing there's something significant about wanting to renew a partnership here, and it might not be making a lot of sense. Okay, and that is where you need to be focusing your energy. The summer is odd to say, but that's what it is. You're one of the first signs I'm getting a love reading for, but let's see if that matches. So let's continue. So what must you weed in order to grow? So for my Tauruses tuning in, what must you Taurus eliminate in order to grow? What must Taurus eliminate in order to grow? All right, we've got the world. You need to close a chapter here. The world is the completion of something. The world is like, okay, I've gotten the lesson from this, and I am ready to like say the end. All right. You've got the Two of Wands, and this is also in the reverse position. Low key, this came out in the reverse too, but I just kind of caught it in the upright. But the Two of Wands is not is having a bad plan. This is not managing your expectations very well, right? Because Two of Wands in the upright position is more of like having a clear objective or a clear plan of something. Now, in the reverse position, it goes to like you're having a really tough time deciding on what to plan. You're just feeling like you don't know, you don't like change, you don't want to change. You like for things to be as they are. And so you could be deceiving yourself to make them as they are. Let me like go ahead and pull one more card though. Yeah. And then you've got the Knight of Pentacles. I feel that you're very like routine dominated Taurus, right? This is like doing the same thing every day. You've got a routine down pat. Okay. And maybe, just maybe, this connection is part of your routine. And it's not easy to plan outside of it, but there's definitely a need here for a new for to end of a chapter. This is something you seem a little unwilling to do though. You seem unwilling to do it. You seem unwilling to do it because you're used to the predictability of things being the way they are. Like you'd rather to just keep things the way that they are and work through than to switch anything up. It seems like switching things up is a major inconvenience, but there's something here about a chapter that you need to kind of close. This is really what I'm saying. So, what new opportunities may arise for Taurus? What new opportunities may arise for Taurus? You need to wake up. There's a judgment call. This is a self reckoning in some way. And let's get some more intel on this. Ooh, two perfect cards fell out. You've got the Three of Wands, and then you've also got the Knight of Wands. Okay. Now this is in the position of what you need to. I just feel like there is something here that you need to be able to see. The judgment is really just like a self-reckoning. This is you coming to terms with things. This is like a wake up aha moment, right? When we have the judgment here. And it's in regards to perhaps like what you've invested in and the reality of what it's yielding. Because Three of Wands is like looking for, it's like you've invested in something and it's like you're looking for the rewards of that investment, so to speak, right? And then that Knight of Wands is just like you trying to act on your passions. So, and it says this is coming up in the opportunities that you need to arise. I feel like perhaps there's something you need to be more passionate about, or perhaps this is more coming from the line of once you start exercising your actual passions, you're able to have a clearer breakthrough of what to expect. Okay. Because Three of Wands is 100% an expectation of so to speak. It's like you, like I said, putting things in it's like an investment in something, so it's like you're planning forward to something. This could also mean like this is a travel. This is like, I always think about this as a sign of like waiting for your waiting for your ships to arrive, right? Where it's like you've laid down the foundation, you've laid down the groundwork, and you get like this realization. Okay, realization of like, you know what, I need to like do what I love. I need to do what's best for me. Now, I don't know what this has to do in regards to a love relationship. It could be, or it could just be like maybe this examination, this awakening that you're having, awakes a spirit in you where you're just going, you are more actively geared towards going towards what your passions are, instead of just badly planning for the future. Okay. Now let's look at what you need to explore this summer, Taurus. What does Taurus need to explore this summer? What does Taurus need to explore this summer? All right. And you've got the Page of Swords. Research, research, research. Do your due diligence here. You've got the, yeah, you got the Ace of Swords right here, which talks about new thoughts, a new way of thinking. And it's also just like being mentally clear where you finally, and this happens after that judgment, right? Where you have a aha, like there's clarity here, okay? And there's clarity here, maybe over something you've seen on the internet, because when I do think about the Page of Swords, I do think about the internet. I do think about research. I do think about, like you dotted your I's and crossed your T's, and there's something that you found out or you've discovered, and it puts you in a position to walk away. Eight of Cups, not being emotionally fulfilled where you are and needing to go seek greener pastures elsewhere. You know it's not worth the investment anymore and you're ready to walk on. And that is what you need to explore. And finally, let's look at how can Taurus live in alignment with the energies of this summer. How can Taurus live in alignment with the energies of the summer? And you've got the Chariot. You need to make a decisive plan to go. There's a direction you need to travel in and you don't need to look back. Eight of Swords, why do you feel blocked? That you need to understand the blockages are these, like you've done the blockages for yourself. No one is blocking you from moving out of a situation. Okay. You shall not be impeded by travel by anyone. And then the Nine of Pentacles, this is understanding your own independence. So the way that you stay in the alignment is ensuring that you have your own independence here. And I just feel that there's something that you're holding yourself back from. This is self-imposed restriction. You have a decision to make. You have a direction to take. And I think you need to, Chariot just talks about a decisive change of action, a decisive change of direction, where you're like, you know what, I'm going to go over here and I'm not looking back. All right. And I'm going towards my independence. And even if this is like financial independence, this is just like not people siphoning off of you. This is you asserting your own independence. Okay. Especially in regards to your resources and not allowing people to take your resources or take advantage of your resources. And that doesn't is not always money. Sometimes it's a car, sometimes it's a house, sometimes like whatever it is, it's just like, no, like this is mine, reasserting what's yours. Okay. So overall, the message that I got for Taurus is very specific, but I'm seeing a Taurus who is not necessarily who is like illogically in a connection that they're very hopeful about, and the universe is beckoning you to close a chapter that's not well planned. You have to go back on your plans, but it's like routine is so important to you? Like, is the routine important to you, or do you want to like have an inconvenient like disruption of that so that you can set yourself back up? But I feel like it won't go too far because I do see this summer you're going to be waking up, you're going to be like reassessing your plans, and you're going to be seeing the results of what you've invested in, and it's going to like make you to, and it's going to force you to really just go towards your passions, to just be like, you know what, like I'm not investing in anything that's not for me. And this happens as a result, like what your exploration should be, finding out more information. I feel like there's something about information that's going to be very critical here, where you're going to hear something and it's going to be clarity, and it's going to give you the power or the strength that you need to walk away out of this situation. And you stay in this energy by, you know, chariot is, this is like making a decision and sticking in that decision, and don't feel like, you don't feel the need to pull yourself back, because ultimately this is what's awaiting for you. This is just independence and really being able to like depend on yourself, honestly. So that's what I got. This is, yeah, this is the messages I got for you, Taurus. So let me know if this resonates with you in any way. Please do comment, like, subscribe as well. My name is Tifa Dutero. And if this reading resonated with you and you like a little more further details in that, go ahead and try to book me for a personal reading. You can find more information on how to contact me in the description below. I love you, Taurus, and I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day and enjoy your summer.